download it, maybe to share it with whoever could be interested to hear about Reaxys for specialists in chemistry. Regarding the certificates link, it will be shared by the end of the session. We have about 60 minutes session starting from now. We will receive all your questions in the chat box all through the session and will be answered by the end of the session. Let's get started. Please, Alexei, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Al-Zahra. Thank you for the introduction. I will start my presentation about Reaxys. I will start from the issue, from the problem that have chemists, what is working when they are working with information. It's not so easy to find very fast information related to chemistry because if you are trying to find it in Google or in Yahoo or in other search machine, you will not find the instrument for chemistry. You will not find any possibility to find some chemical substances, to draw some chemical reaction, some chemical formulas, work with other properties and phenomena, so on and so on. It's a big issue. So chemists really spending a lot of time on finding the information. At least 50% of chemists is spending at least 5 hours per week for searching of the information. Optimization in this field is very important, and Reaxys is one of the most effective tool that help you to find the information, including information, including bibliographic database, including several database in Reaxys, bibliographic database that including a lot of documents, articles from journals, patents information, books, materials from the conference, and you can search over this document very fast. Working with literature in Reaxys is very, very effective. If you are specialist in chemistry or very close to chemistry, like pharmacology, like I don't know, agriculture, engineering, or something which have some connection with chemistry, for sure you will find Reaxys useful, even you are just working with documents, because we have special taxonomies, we have special features that help you working with the information. Even you are not draw any formulas, if you are not draw any chemical reactions, and only working with text search, for sure using Reaxys and Reaxys chemical taxonomies, you will find much more effective information, much more fast, because it's this taxonomy is also created by chemists and created for chemists, and you are able to find very fast information that interesting for you. And for sure the most comfortable work for you is working with substances, working with chemical reactions. We have specially developed tool for work with substances, to find substance, to find chemical reactions, to find similar substance, similar chemical reactions, named chemical reactions, and some other tools that will make your work with the information very, very effective. And also the hugest amount of the information in Reaxys is the properties. It's properties of substances, properties important from point of view of chemistry, from spectroscopy, from biotechnologies, from pharmacologies, from other fields that are could be used in close connection to chemical properties of substances. Also, optionally, for some customers, available target pharmacological targets database, including a lot of biological targets, and bioactivity database, including a lot of properties of pharmacological properties of substances and bioactive activity of substances. For some customers, if it's interesting, it's also available. Reaxys has a very long story. Started from the Gmelin handbook, from Belstein database. This really have a lot of information from the literature that was published a lot of years ago, and also with new document that was published last several weeks or will be published, for example, in next year. We are developing this database a lot of years, and we have every year some expansions, some new features that we implement into the Reaxys, and these features became sometimes interesting for you. So we are organizing some very often trainings and training sessions and webinars that explaining new features, new expansions that we have in Reaxys. What is very important? If you are working with, we're trying to work with the information with Reaxys as comfortable as possible for you. We are extract all of everything that was ever published. What is important, the full text is not included in Reaxys, but we extracting from full text every useful information that you can use in your scientific work. We're extracting physical data, we extract spectral data, bioactivity data. We really, and this information you can use directly from the database. You don't need to read document. You don't need to do any copy-paste work. You're just using information that already prepared for you, and you can use it directly from this database. Chemical information, physical chemical information, some other information about how use this substance in the laboratories or in industry. Some facts about solubilities, some facts about stability in soil, or in how it degrades in by photolysis or hydrolysis. A lot of things that could be useful. It's not only chemistry, it's not only chemical synthesis, but also a lot of things that around chemistry and around of materials, around substances, so on and so on. And it's really focused on using information, not searching information, not spending a lot of time on information. So it's really decreasing your time of finding the information in the database. Also, important information for you. If you want we have a special Reaxys Advisor program for chemistry enthusiasts that could become our Reaxys advisor. If you're interested to participate in this program, please use this link, and we will invite you to the special test for the Reaxys advisor, and probably it could be interesting for you. So I'm going to show you directly in the database what is the features of this database. And I will start from patents, from information that we can extract from patents. For example, you're trying to find some facts in Reaxys. You can place something. For example, some substance that interesting for you. For example, I want to enter some cetan or paracetamol or something else in the database. I want to find everything about this substance that was ever published in the articles and patents in books, and we can find it in several in our database. First database is substance database, second one is the document database, and third one is the commercial substances database. Why we have this commercial substances database in Reaxys? Before you starting any experiment with substance, with material, you need to obtain it. You need to get it somehow from somewhere. and so you can do it several ways. You can make synthesis by the own to create this document, this substance or this material. But sometimes it's very costly. It takes time. You also need to find some building blocks, and and for building blocks, any case, you need commercial information. And we collected information from worldwide suppliers. About 400 suppliers is in Reaxys, and we are collected very useful information about pricing from these suppliers. You can filter by price, by purity of substance and material available from different suppliers, and also about stock availability and shipment time, so on and so on. So you, before starting your experiments, you can understand does this material is available for you? Are you able to get it from somehow? And also, if sometimes also you can find some new supplier and understand is this material available in different countries. Sometimes materials from people prefer buying from China or from India or from Ukraine or from Russia, because from these countries materials are much more cheaper, and also you can plan everything, including shipment time. So you can make decision on the very first step to do this experiment or not to do this experiment, depending from availability of materials that you are working. It's important from logistic point of view, and so we really makes work with documents with this information as comfortable as possible. Also, next database that we have find information about paracetamol, it's the documents database. Let's show what is inside of our bibliographic database about about paracetamol. We find a lot of documents, more than 100 documents about this, and you will spend all your life to read all these documents, to sort this document without the special features that we integrated in Reaxys. We have some special, if we are chemists or somehow related to chemistry or connected to chemistry, you can find special, very effective tool is Reaxys 3. It's special taxonomy developed by our specialist, and here filtered all the information. You can sort information by different kind of topics. If you, for example, interested in I don't know, in analytical chemistry, you can find some information about microscopy, thermal analysis, elemental analysis, electroanalysis, analytical method, spectroscopy spectroscopy analysis. For example, you are interested in NMR spectroscopy. You're finding NMR spectroscopy. Click on this, and you can filter for information for NMR spectrum limit 2, and we are in 1 second we are filtered from 100,000 document to 67 document. So you it's much more easy for you analyze this amount of information. You can read this document very easy to understand what is interesting for you. And you, of course, you will have additional filter, for work with document. You can filter by articles, by patents, by different reviews. Reviews is very effective tool. If you can filter by review, and you only will need to read one document, which really contain a lot of useful information that really have reviews as very top level document that have a lot of information inside. And also, of course, like in Scopus, you have information about journals which are published, more information about the topics that you are interested about, and also special chemical filter like substance classes, for the reaction classes, a lot, so on and so on. And sometimes, if you are not able to find information using our taxonomy, you can use index terms. Index terms help you to find what will be the next step of your search. For example, if you will click to index terms, you can, for example, you see a lot of most popular index terms from this document. What it could be interesting for you. You can view more and sort it by alphabetical and find what is interesting. For example, you're interesting for surface, or for example for oxidation, and it's really good way for work with the information. And if you are really somehow related to chemistry, to the pharmacology, or to some chemical engineering, or to developing some materials for agri-chemistry, it's I recommend you use not Web of Science, and start or even not Scopus, and start from Reaxys, because in Reaxys you have a special chemical tool that will make your work with more comfortable. Also, let's go to another database. Most interesting database for us is the substance database. It's, you will find really a lot of extracted information about our paracetamol. Here we see that name of paracetamol is different, that from chemical point of view it's 4-acetaminophenol, and you have a lot of identification information, chemical names and alternative names, case numbers, molecular formula, a lot of useful information. Also, you will find here all the reactions and reactivity of this substance, and also a lot of 190 ways of preparation of this material. You can, for example, if you're planning to create a synthesis of this material, it's in Reaxys you will find immediately a lot of ways of synthesis of paracetamol, and you can immediately find experimental procedure extracted from full text. So you don't need to go to full text. You can immediately take it from Reaxys. You don't need to go to find this article to buy it from the publisher. We extracted all the useful information about chemical synthesis, so to make your life more simple. And also you can compare it from all different documents, so you can understand it's very important. We have citation from Scopus directly here in Reaxys. You don't need to go to Scopus to find this information. Citation is you will find right here. And with what is also important, you can compare different reactions and find what chemical reactions is most effective from point of view of energy consumption, from some consumption of some reagents, from the temperatures point of view, from the aggressivity, from the temperatures, pressures. For example, sometimes you have too high pressure or too high temperatures. You are not able to make reaction in the glass reactor. You need special, very expensive Reaxys from Hastelloy or made from other expensive material, and you trying to find which reaction you can make in a less aggressive condition with low temperatures, with using less aggressive solvents, cheaper catalysts, and so on and so on. And here also we have special filters. Previously I was showing you filters for documents, but here you will see the filters for reactions. For example, you can filter by reagents, catalysts, filter by yield. You can sort all your reactions by yield. Usually we prefer, of course, reactions with high yield. You can limit for higher yields. Filter for solvents. For example, you prefer only acetonitrile. In your laboratory, you have only acetonitrile, and you prefer reactions which this solvent. You are welcome. You just can click here and find this information. Catalysis classes and, for example, solvent classes, also very effective way for filtering information. For example, you prefer green solvents, which are more effective from point of view of green chemistry. Click on green solvents, limit to them, and we will filter only chemical reactions and only way of synthesis with green solvents. So it's really effective tool to optimize your chemical synthesis, to find chemical synthesis of the material that you're interested. Okay, let's go back to our database, substance database. We have also in Reaxys a lot of extracted data. We have information about spectral data extracted, NMR spectroscopy data extracted, in numbers extracted from different paper. What is important? Everything is collated. There is no any duplication. You don't need to deduplicate your result. Everything is collated, and also you can find NMR data, infrared spectroscopy data, in numbers, in information, band spectrum information, information for mass spectroscopy, Raman spectroscopy, and what is very important, you can easily export this data for this substance to your hard drive. You don't we don't have any time anymore for any copy paste work to manually copy it from document place to Excel table. No, we don't need it. We can directly extract it to Word file or to Excel file, and everything that you need if you are working on your scientific job. If you compare your results with the result that was created by other scientists worldwide, you can easily do it. You don't need to do anymore this mechanical job for copy paste. Everything is you can do immediately. I see the question from chat. I think. Dr. Nagla asking to repeat, but I think Dr. Zahra is, will have the record of this webinar, and she will share with you, Dr. Nagla. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, let's continue. Also, we have some information about physical data of properties, like data for melting points extracted from the different sources, from different documents. Also boiling points, so on and so on, and also some very specific data like adsorption. If it was ever published, data about adsorption of this substance, we are extracting it, and you can use it. And very special information, like for example chromatographic data. It's if chromatography is very useful tool for separation of substances, and you can find here some information about single chromatography, HPLC chromatography from the document. If you want to separate your substance and purify your substance using HPLC or liquid chromatography or single chromatography, in Reaxys you will find very fast this information. And also crystal properties are available, so you're able to find what the crystal properties of substance and some other information. For example, crystal systems. Sometimes we have for acetaminophenone in monolinic, or sometimes in rhombic, sometimes in monoclinic crystal system. So you can find the data about this. It looks that it depending how it was purified, how it was was synthesized, and you will find a lot of things directly here. And for example, dissociation exponent, for you can really huge information. You really don't need to do manual job. All the number for dissociation data are extracted. For example, if you are going to make titration analytical method for this substance, you are welcome. You now have all the numbers about and from different sources. So you're able to use this data directly and extract it from different documents. And of course, if you think that some document is interesting, you can easily click to full text. You will be redirected to DOI, and over the DOI you will able to find the document from the publisher's website and find the information about this. Also, okay, I want to show you also how to work with chemical reactions. We have also no, I already did it. Sorry, we already was working chemical reaction database. Let's go back to documents database. I will show you some features for chemists. Very important information we are getting from patents. We have a special filter for patents. We can filter by patents. For example, for paracetamol, we have 900 of patents, and also we can have information from different patent offices. For example, we can easily sort by country, by patent office. For example, I will sort by China. Why I did it? We have 69 documents, 69 Chinese patents about this. Why I did it? These documents are published in Chinese, and if we will go to we'll find the full text of the document. Only abstracts and only the name of document will be translated to English. All other information, like index terms, like front page information, like claims, will be only in Chinese. And so if you are working with Google, with Web of Science, or with some other tools, you will not be able to filter over the document. You will not be able to find any document that you that contains information on, or for example, in full text of claims. But here you can click to claim, and you see what is in what is in claim. It's translated to English, and you also understand what about this document without, if you're not even not speaking in Chinese, even you're not understand any word in Chinese, you're able to understand what about this document. It's a very important feature of Reaxys. And of course, we also extracting information about substances and reactions that existing in this document. The same story with articles, so you can understand what about this document, what about this topic, what about this article without reading it. You understand which chemical substances are in this document, which chemical reactions are in this document. So it's more easy for you work to find information that interesting for you. Okay, let's go. It's really fast tool for working with with the information. Also, I will show you a couple of slides. So you can really fast work with the information, filter by documents, filter. This year we extracted information from 20 million new patents, and this information is also very, very important. And now you can get it. We are really invested in the patent content, but also from content from articles, from the document, and from fresh, very new articles from the journals also is available. And also I want to show you one life hack, how to use Reaxys to find very, very applied information about chemistry. For example, you're interested in water desalinization, where it was an interesting webinar about water desalinization. You will, if you're interested, that we was creating together with my colleague Piotr. If you want to find information about water desalinization, you go to quick search. But what is important? Water desalinization we used in pharmacology, in agriculture, in food industry, in food and beverage, and everywhere. It's very, very popular process, and we can we can go, for example, to patent assignee and place, for example, here pharma. Place here farm with like this. And you will find all the application of water desalinization in pharmacology. I click to limit 2, and we have filtered all the patents for pharmacology created by pharmaceutical company. Sorry, my session is expired. Just a second. I will show you again the same example. So we have filtered everything that was ever published by pharmaceutical companies. So we understand, we have a knowledge what application of water desalinization for pharmacology. But we are very easy can switch, for example, to agriculture. Place here agriculture. To find what was published in agriculture. We have 200 documents for agriculture. And also the same, we can place, for example, food, and for example, biotechnology. Also easily can place here biotechnology or biopharma or something else, or nanotechnology. It's very, very fast instrument to find information about what was ever published from point of view of chemistry and point of view of the topics that interesting for you by different pharmacological or different biotechnological or food industry or something else. And of course, you can find here, I don't know, Coca-Cola or some other companies, and find here what Coca-Cola patented and what is interesting for this this organization, this company. Also, I want to show you some other features. Today we was working only quick search instrument. Quick search, it's usually instrument working very fast. You can place some information here in, for example, in natural English language. For example, you can place pKa of phenol, and Reaxys will try to find this information for you. For example, let's go to substance database, and Reaxys is very clever on he find dissociation exponent for phenol, and you find see it directly in numbers. So in 1 second we find it, and we extracted this information from a lot of documents. It's really clever, and I can show you how Reaxys transformed our request from natural English to specific understandable for machine query. Let's click to edit to query builder in query builder, and we will find what how Reaxys is really clever. He created a special search field dissociation exponent and created structure of phenol. So he did a very clever job and find this information for you. But Reaxys is clever. We also want to be clever, and I will show you how to use query builder, how to use this tool to make very advanced search. I will start from structure editor, the most interesting tool. Here in structure editor, you are able to draw your chemical reactions, draw your chemical substances step by step. You can draw it, make very long chemical reaction. Okay, but it takes time. I don't like to do this. I will show you another way. You can, for example, insert structure from name, use a special tool, click to insert structure from name, and type some name of the substance that you are interested in, for example, dimebon. And Reaxys is also find this substance in his memory, and so we can do with the substance whatever we want. We can edit it. For example, we can find the similar substances. We can find some structures as a substructure, so on and so on. It had a lot of possibility. I want to show you a couple of life hacks, like some kind of features that will help you to find substances. For example, this instrument is very effective. The name of it, the position variation bond. We can, like lasso, take part of our molecule. So Reaxys will try to find all the substance with the carbon on the different position here. Here and here. We can also make like this and do it here. And now we just need to click to query, transfer to query, click to substances. So Reaxys find for us 93 substances according to our request. So we now we can filter them by substance classes, by molecular weight, and make additional filtering of the information. Also, we can work with targets, spectral data, physical data, and all the things that I already shown. Let's go back to query builder. I will show you how to what we can do with this with our substance. I can place here some, for example, some fluorine, some halogen, so on and so on. And I want to show you special instrument that help you, like smarter group, that will help you to find some specific, particular general groups on this position. For example, we can place halogens here, connect to this halogens this R group attachment, and also again click to smarter group, and like lasso take all these halogens. So it will be very clever. He will one by one place on this position these several groups that are interesting for you. You can place to this position everything that you want. I want just to show you that Reaxys is very flexible in to search the information. Let's click to transfer to query and find two substances. Click to substances. I think I did something wrong. Okay, I will not. I don't want to repeat this example for you because we have a lack of time. But I for sure it's working. Also, what we can do with this substance. We can find, for example, click to any bond and tell that this bond is reaction center, and in case of chemical reaction, it change or make or break, make or change. We can place here, for example, make or break. So we will. So by this request, Reaxys will be only find reaction for when this bond is make or break, and we can also do like this: take couple of molecule, click to bond properties, and tell this is not reaction center. So it will be find all the reactions where not participate this part of the molecule. So you can tell to Reaxys what you're going to find. And also very effective instrument is R group generics. We can click to R group generics, take here any group or H or any group or hydrogen, and or any group. For example, I prefer any group or hydrogen and place it here. So it will be finding anything that existing in his memory, and trying to find all the substances according to our request. Also, we have here abbreviation groups that we can, for example, place like this in some position, so on and so on, and you are able to work with this. A lot of other possibilities. Also, you are able not only draw chemical substances, but also you can draw chemical reactions. Like in school, you can place here chemical reagents, plus here plus, and draw the arrow. And you're able to find all chemical reactions with these reagents. So if you will place the reaction substance above after the arrow, so it will be find all the chemical reactions with this product. And if you will place the arrow below the arrow, above the arrow, so Reaxys will find all the chemical reactions where this substance is reagent or catalyst. If we will click to transfer to query, we will find all the reactions. And so we can also, if we are working with chemical reactions, we can combine our, for example, structure editors search together with very specific search. We can, for example, add here reaction conditions, reaction time, reaction temperature, reaction pressure, p-value, and other things. You can filter chemical reactions by these parameters. And also we have 300, a lot of different filters. So you can combine your chemical search together with text search and place or with all together with special unique features of Reaxys, like search by spectral information. For example, we can find all the substances which are when they are soluble in water have a spectral maxima in between these numbers. For example, we can do like this and find all the substances. I just want to show you that we have a lot of unique instruments for working with spectral data, working with specific properties of substances. So with this filter, you're able to find the properties and material with unique combination of optical, physical, magnetical properties and very properties, other properties, and we have very unique tools like use how property use in laboratory or in industry. You can of course place here medicine like this and find all the medical application for substances or find substances for these medical application and so on and so on. It's a really useful tool to find the information. I want to tell you that Reaxys is include a lot of chemistry, a lot of chemical things, but not only chemistry. It's also in connection in other fields that connected to chemistry, like biotechnology, like agriculture, pharmaceuticals. We are all made of chemistry. So it's really about everything. I think probably you have some questions. Nadine, might be you can ask questions in Arabic if possible.
Okay, hello everyone. النهارده لو في حد عنده أسئلة feel free ان انتوا تطرحوها في الشات او تكونوا بترفعوا ايديكم واحنا نحاول ان احنا نكون بنactivate المايك. Please, everyone, feel free to pose your questions or to put your questions in the chat box or to raise your hands. Yes, we have a first question. Alexi, how to make compound strategy in Reaxys?
Trying to find the question in chat.
Yes, please.
How to make compound strategy in Reaxys. I want to understand what is compound strategy.
Yes, me as well. If you can, the one that asked the question, if you can elaborate more, what do you mean by a compound strategy? What do you aim to have or aim to do in order for us to translate this into a feature or a functionality in Reaxys if there is one? And I see Dr. Ragab Shaker raising his hand. So I think we can ask to unmute so that we can have the question. Yeah. Dr. Ragab, أنا بحاول أخلي حضرتك تبقى unmuted لو ينفع تشاركنا بالسؤال. Okay, if it's not possible to connect your mic, maybe you can put your question in the chat box. Dr. Ragab. Okay.
I will try to answer about compound strategy.
Great, please.
I understand you well. Probably if I understand you well, you want to somehow to find some application for some materials. If I understand you well, for example, we have some substance or several substances. For example, we're trying to find similar substance to this one, and trying we can the best way to find some application, if I understand well, the compound strategy. It's a very effective way to use filter or use special filter, like to use filter substances, properties, and comments together with structure editor. For example, you can find what could the application for your substance that you are synthesized in different industries, in medical equipment, or for example as a sensors, or for some materials. So you're able to understand what will be the strategy of implementation of your substance, of your product, of your compound in industry, or in other specific tool for some scientific usage or something else. Probably I'm answered if I understand you correct. Sorry if I not understand correct. If I try to answer as I understand.
Great, and if not, please let us know how you meant by the question. All right, we can see if there is any other questions here. لو في أي حد عنده سؤال يكتب في الشات أو يطلب إن إحنا نفتح المايك عنده ويسأل لايف. الغرض من الأسئلة هي إن أنتوا تكتشفوا ما هو وراء البرزنتيشن والديمونستريشن. لو في أي جانب آخر للتول تقدروا تستخدموها فيها في البحث أو مشروع البحثي بتاعكم. من فضلكم يعني شاركونا حتى بآرائكم، your comments, your feedback، حتى لو ما كانش سؤال، ده برضو هيكون بيفيد كلنا، كل المتواجدين participants and speakers في الويبينار. طيب لو في حد يحب يقول لنا على الشات لو كان يعني كم حد already بيستخدم Reaxys، لو حد يعني لو نرد ب yes or no. If you already are using your Reaxys, please put yes on the chat so we can also have some interactive part, and then we can take it from there. Or put a no if this is the first time you learn about Reaxys. You will see the chat box in the black part of the screen. If you click on it, it will open the box and you can type your answer. Okay, until we have some responses, maybe you can conclude a little bit, Alexi, on today's session.
I think I already finished all the samples that I was planning to show you.
Yes.
But if we have a lot of sessions recorded for Egyptian customers about specific how to use structure editor, how to work with analytical chemistry, or in engineering, how to use Reaxys in chemical engineering,
Yes.
water desalination. we have a record of this webinar. If you're interested, you can find it, and we can provide you with this information. And
Yeah.
we have a lot of special educational tools for how to use Reaxys, how to in your life, in your scientific work, in your educational work, and so on and so on. You're welcome.
Yes, and there is some no's. Some participants sent a no. That means that this is the first time they learn about Reaxys. So please join me in welcoming them, in joining the Reaxys community. So thank you for being here with us, and we invite you to explore Reaxys. Come back to us with your feedback and comments. If you have any questions, we are there for you to answer them. So there is another question, Alexei, on how to get into Reaxys. I guess the questions means how to access Reaxys.
How to? I also have very interesting question. How can I use Reaxys in field of natural products?
Yes.
May I ask on this before we will discuss success?
Please.
Okay. Reaxys have a lot of instruments that help you to find the information, and we have very interesting tool, especially for you, Dr. Hala Zatut, isolated from national source. We can, if you want to find all the information about all the substances, how they was isolated from all natural source, from gas, from oil, from plants, from everything, from meat, from absolutely everything. You can click to find any, but you can specify. For example, you can place here some paper, for example, and you will find what is isolated from this plant. Click to substances, and you will find all the information about this. So if we see quercetal, rutin, coffee, quinic acid, and other substances, and also capsaicin is very interesting substance. So you understand what is inside of this plant. So it's giving you a lot of information, what you can extract from this natural compound and use it, for example, in add additional filter, for example, use, and how to use it in medicine or in laboratory. I don't know, everything. You can combine these two filters, or you can find all the material, how it was isolated from different different papers, and so you understand the matrix, what is inside of paper. So you understand, for example, you're planning to make analytical experiment, to make analysis of paper, to create analytical method to understand for example, HPLC method of for capsaicin in paper. So you understand what is also in this matrix, how to create your analytical experiment, to make purification, to delete all the substances which not allow you to understand by spectroscopy your capsaicin, for example, or other compound, and it's a lot of possibilities to use it. As this is a practical issue. Several years ago, I was developing analytical method for some pharmaceutical company. They was going to made analytical method for capsaicin in paper. I was creating this, but I was not using Reaxys, so I was not understand what is other compounds that not allow me to make this analytical method. So, but with Reaxys, you have the full picture. What is blocking your experiment? What is not allow you to make your experiment very well? Because we have a lot of compound that that we should extract, that we should delete from the solution before start your experiment. So you have a lot of things. For example, you can place here some oil, gas, or for example, I don't know, wine, some drinks. Which is compounds in wine. So you're able to find this information. Also, or you can place here something very, very specific, like, I don't know, Escherichia coli or something else to if you are developing biotechnological method for fermentation, you always use sometimes some special bacteria for fermentation. You can place it here, this bacteria, and find what we are extracting from it. So it's up to you. Can we use Reaxys in bioplastic isolated from microbes? Yes. Very good question.
Yes, we started to have very interesting questions from the attendees. Thank you for that. And we'll be taking one by one, so be patient, please.
We have, for example, biodegradation filter. We can place here inoculum with bacteria used for example, for biodegradation of some plastics or so on and so on. If you want to make some methodology for destroying some materials like plastic or something else, you can use this filter. You will find everything so you can use this. Also could be interesting information probably for you for bioaccumulation, biomagnification, aseptic degradation. Probably it will also help you. And of course, feel free to use our keywords. For example, filter titles, abstracts, and keywords. You can place here everything, any titles that you're interested. For example, bioplastic. I don't know what is bioplastic. Place it here, bioplastic. Let's try to find the documents about bioplastic. Yes, we found some document about bioplastic. Please, and now we can filter information about bioplastic according to our taxonomy. Find chemical transformation information, for example, reaction kinetic or something else. You probably please play with our taxonomy, and for sure you will find everything that you're interesting. Because you're specialist in bioplastic. I'm sorry, I'm not specialist in bioplastic, but I can show you how to find information about this. For example, biochemical reactions, probably it will be here. Metabolic reaction, probably it's here. Biodegradation, here, biodegradation, probably we can filter it by like here and find more information about this. Let's try this filter. Probably it will help you to find the topics that are interesting for you. Can I draw? I will go to another question. Can I draw a glass structure in 3D shape? Glass structure in 3D shape. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not able to answer. I don't know how to do it. I will try to answer you later because it's a really difficult question. I don't know how to do it. But glass structure. Also, please draw how to draw it. I don't know. I will try to find the solution for you and answer. And of course, you can for sure use the keywords. Search by keywords by glass structure. Probably it will help you. I don't know. Too much of document. Okay, let's try to filter somehow. sorry, Dr. Amira, we can discuss it later if possible. You have my contacts, and you can write the letter to me, and we will discuss it. In the case, in the Reaxys can predict the chemical compound resulted in the reactions. Yes, my answer is yes. It's Reaxys can do this. I will show you. I will show you how to do this. But it's prediction, chemical prediction is additional feature of Reaxys that not available for you right now, but for any compound that we are working, we have, if we are doing retrosynthesis, we have two ways of work with the chemical synthesis. For example, we can work with published reactions that was already published, but also predicted. It's a special feature of Reaxys based on artificial intellect that really predict chemical reaction and ways of synthesis of materials, way of chemical reactions. If you are interested in this, at the moment, as I know, our Egyptian customers are don't have subscription on these features. But if it's really interesting, we can discuss it. Please, we can additional presentation for you about this. It's really working very well, and we can show you how it's working. Next questions. Dr. Yazer Abdul Khali, we can discuss with you this. We can make for you the presentation about predicted chemistry in Reaxys. It could be very, very interesting for you. Okay, next question, please. Register attendance link. Sorry, I cannot.
If you can highlight how to access Reaxys as well. Dr. Al-Zahra, you wanted to add something?
No, that's just, I was asking you to skip that question. That's just for the certificates link, I think. So
okay.
Let's just answer the questions related to the topic, and the registration link for the certificates will be shared very soon once we are finishing the Q&A session. Thank you.
Okay.
Great.
Another question.
Yeah, there was a question on how to access Reaxys.
Yes, I cannot show you. I'm located in Russia, but in Egypt there is a special access to Reaxys over AKB. Probably Nadine, you can show how it works.
Yes, so you have two options. If you are connected to the IP through the IP of the NRC, you will definitely have access to Reaxys, and you can also access remotely from your comfort of your own home through the website of the EKB, and you just sign in with your account and go to the sources, and you will find Reaxys among them, and you can click on it to go directly to the website. So you have these two options to access, whether from the EKB or from the network of the NRC when you are physically in the center.
Great. Maybe we can just add a piece of information regarding the access through EKB remotely. You need to access from the IP of your institution once at least every 9 months to get the remote access active at home. So you need to access your account through EKB from the IP address of your institution at least once every 9 months, which is not a lot, but make sure that you do this so that you get the access remotely, please.
Great. That's great to know. Okay, and did you see other questions maybe that we didn't cover?
Yes, it's a question about desalinization of water.
Yes,
it was a very, very good webinar that we made together with Piotr Galkiewski about desalinization of water, about reverse osmosis, about other processes in chemistry of water. You can find it in our Facebook Africa website. And also, if you need the record, we can provide you with the record. Yes, it's a lot of application for water desalinization. And today I was also showing you how to use water desalinization in pharmaceuticals, in agriculture, and also you can just go to water desalinization and find a lot of information about water desalinization, and find a lot of information about this, about processes, about materials, and about chemistry. For example, click to substances and click to commercial substances. And if you need additional lecture about this, we will provide you.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Maybe if anyone needs to ask for a specific topic, maybe we can arrange that. If you can give us your feedback, we would be very grateful. And we can arrange further webinars regarding any topic you need to learn more about.
Of course, that will be our pleasure, of course. And this is the objective of our webinars and sessions, is to collect as much as information about the subjects that interest the attendees and the participants, and then we can take it in another session with more of details. So yes, I think Alexei, would you like to add something else to what you have been already saying about and about the questions and the demonstration?
Nothing. No. Thank you, Nadine. I just sent my email to the chat. If you have any questions to me, just write a letter. If you need, I will send you the records of our previous lecture about, I don't know, water desalinization, about structure editor, other things. If you need additional information, don't hesitate to ask me. You have my contacts.
Great. So I'll give it back to you, Dr. Al-Zahra, to conclude, if you like so.
Yeah, sure. I'd like to thank you, actually, for being our speaker today, Alexei, and thank you very much for your support and additions, Dr. Nadine. Today was our first webinar about Reaxys in December. We have had a previous webinar series regarding Reaxys a few months back. We have all the recordings also kept in the YouTube channel of the conference unit. So you can also go back to the link of the YouTube channel and check any sessions you need to listen to again. Through the months of December, we will be having 2 more sessions with Mr. Alexei Moussi. Next one is next Tuesday, and it will be about Reaxys product demo for specialists in petroleum. So if anyone here is interested, or if this is his area of research, or he knows anyone who might be interested, so please let them know, and follow our Facebook page of the conference unit to find out the upcoming announcement and link to join the next session. This is the next Tuesday, just like today at 5 p.m. And the fourth Tuesday, in 20th of December at 5 p.m. to Cairo local time, we will be having our 3rd session for the month, which is Reaxys for Specialists in Pharmacology. And I would be grateful for everyone who knows someone who would be interested to spread the links, and we will be waiting for you there. This is regarding our webinar series in December. Starting from January, we will be sharing with you in advance our upcoming schedule. And we promise it will be a very interesting, very broadly speaking to many areas of research. We'll be having informative sessions and furthermore a hands-on session for each specialty. And if you have any requests, if you need a special session on your area of research on the use of Reaxys, maybe you can try Reaxys. Many people of our audience answered no, but they will try to use Reaxys after hearing us today. So if you have any questions, you can contact us at the conference unit. You may contact Alexei. He gave generously his contacts at the chat box. You also have the registration link for the certificates. So please make sure you submit your feedback, and you will receive within a few minutes in the Google Drive link shared your printable PDF version of the certificate. Thank you very much for being here today. Thank you again, Alexei. Thank you, Nadine. Have a nice evening and see you very soon.
Thank you very much, everyone. Have a nice evening. See you soon.